Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be this fun glittery 3D spider nail set. I wanted to do something really dramatic but simple. That's kind of like my formula when I do nails. For the most part, I try to keep things as simple but as dramatic and eye-catching as possible so that things aren't too overwhelming and too scary to try in case you ever try to use my videos for inspiration. And even for myself, I am not like the most the best at like detail work, drawing, different types of stuff like that. I am better with simple designs and not super creative, but I do love making a huge statement with my nails. So I try to keep designs attainable and accessible and easy to recreate while also being a lot of fun. So I wanted to do something fun for the spooky season, and I thought 3D spiders would be a lot of fun to do on this nail set, primarily because I am terrified of spiders. I hate spiders. I don't want them anywhere near me, so I would never want to do a set like this on my own nails because I would freak myself out having spiders on my nails. But I figured doing it on a nail set as a nail art design could be a lot of fun because I know a lot of people do like spiders and having spiders on their nails for this season over here. So I started off with that beautiful teal color from Beetles and then this neutral color from Vettsy just to add a little bit of contrast. I love the light and the dark contrasting each other, and then to make sure that everything kind of coordinated and looked well together, and to add some more fun and sparkles because I do love sparkles. I added in these two different colored glitters over here. So the teal ones to make sure that the teal nail kind of all fits together, and then the darker glitters that also have some of the light green glitter. You can see while it's sitting there in the tray that I put it in, it also has some green reflex, so it really just brought the whole look together, especially to match the glittery gel that we're going to be using later from Nail Order. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was coordinated. With this nail over here, I kind of went a little heavier than I expected or planned to with the glitter, but that's okay. I like glitter and it was fine. It was just a little bit more than the other nails, so I decided to make it the center nail. So sometimes when I have things that go a little bit awry or when I get a little bit overzealous when it comes to glitter, I like making it the focal point. So I'm just going to put a base coat over the top of these glitters and then do a matte top coat over that, and that way the base coat between the matte top coat and the glitters kind of acts as like a barrier between them so that it can kind of make sure that everything is nice and smoothed out and we don't have any bumps and chunks and unevenness on the nail, because I did apply the glitter a little bit thickly, so I didn't want to have any uneven texture. And then I'm going to be using this gel paint from Vettsy to do some of the line work over here. So I'm going to be doing little spider webs in the corners, and I wanted to use this painting gel because I tried using it in a couple of videos back to use for stamping because I saw Vettsy advertise this as like a stamping gel, and I was curious about that. It didn't really work very well for that. At least I did not have a great experience with it, but I do want to try it again because I think I might have been the one doing something wrong over there, so I definitely will try it again. But I wanted to use this gel paint as it's supposed to be used as a painting gel and see how it works, and I really liked it. It took a little bit of getting used to because it is such a thick gel, and I did have to kind of like, you know, some you can see over here some of my lines a little bit thicker than the others. It took a little bit of practice and getting used to with like just how much actually comes up onto the brush. Maybe a better way would be to take some out and put it on a palette and then pick it up from the palette so that it would be a little bit thinner and not getting so much product on the brush at one go. But I decided that for a design like this, it could actually work really well and just add a little bit of fun texture. And then I'm going to, so I cured that in a lamp for 30 seconds, and then I'm doing this pigment over top of it. It's technically like a cat eye pigment. You can mix it in with base coat and use it like a cat eye gel, and I kind of used it as like a chrome. So you can use it as a cat eye gel, you can mix it in, or you can use it as a chrome topper. I like that it was holographic. I thought it added a little bit of fun girliness to something that, at least for me, kind of freaks me out, like spiders, spider webs, creepy crawlies, bugs. So not my thing. I don't like it, but I figured doing a set with them and making them sparkly and glittery and adding some different holographic chromes and glitters and sparkles would just make it fun and exciting. And it would be a little bit more enjoyable for me, at least. And I wanted to do it in blue because I felt like I hadn't done blue nails in a while and I was kind of craving something teal. So I didn't know exactly what I was going to use that teal gel polish for that I used on the other nails, but I knew I wanted to use it for something. So I thought it would be just a fun way to add a different twist on spider nails and just add a little bit of fun to them. So the spider webs over here were really easy to do. You just do 3 lines or 4 depending on how big of a space you're working with, and then you just do the little half circles in between them. Really not complicated. I like simple and easy to do designs. And like I said, I cured it in lamp for 30 seconds and then did the chrome over top of it and then gave a full cure after that. I don't know if it needed to be like if it would have been okay doing a full cure before doing the chrome. Sometimes I find that using like a top coat for chrome, I find that curing it for about 10 to 15 seconds is better than doing 30 seconds. But with this gel, because I was applying it a bit more thickly than I would do with a top coat, I just wanted to make sure that it was fully cured, or at least cured enough so that I wouldn't accidentally smudge it while I was applying the chrome. So 30 seconds worked really well for it, and it was relatively like fully cured, and I do go in and do a full cure afterwards. I don't know if that was necessary. Maybe a full 60 seconds would have been fine too, but I just didn't know how this product would work with chrome on top of it. It's my first time using it in this way. I didn't even know if it would work. I just kind of like hoped that it would, and then if it didn't work, I would have used like a top coat or something over top of the line work that I'm doing in black, but it actually worked out really, really well. So as you can see here, this design is really not complicated. The concepts and the designs are repeated so that it's not a very complicated or multi-dimensional design to begin with. It's pretty straightforward, and you can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. And then this nail over here, because I decided to make it a center nail and because it had more glitter than the other ones, I decided to do 2 of these spider webs so that it would just kind of be a little bit more of like a focal point and kind of look a little bit more purposeful, as opposed to me accidentally going a little bit heavy-handed. But obviously, you can just do it however you like. There's no right or wrong way to do a design like this. It's just for fun, and I love designs like this where it's just, there's no way to get it wrong. You're not trying to create something too perfect, although in real life, I believe spider webs are like really, really perfect. Like they look absolutely gorgeous. And I think from like just a nature perspective, spider webs in general are honestly like a masterpiece. Freaks me out because if I see a spider web, then I expect a spider to be there around the corner at any minute, and those are not things that I like to be involved in. I don't like coming across spiders, but there is something to be said about the beautiful masterwork that is spiders and spider webs. So I appreciate them for what they do, and I would like them to just stay out of my house. But I thought it would be fun to do just a fun, creepy, spooky set because it is that time, and because spiders freak me out, I figured it would be a great design to do. Definitely not a unique concept for this time of year, but I'm hoping that maybe doing it in blue is a little bit unique. Maybe you haven't seen something like this. And then doing the spiders was really, really easy. I just did the base, like the body and the head, in black with using a dotting tool just helped get like the rounded edges. And then I did, after curing that, I did the blue gel polish over top. And then I am just going to create the legs with this liner brush, and again, just using the same gel paint for all of the detail work. And it wasn't too complicated. I think I did 8 legs altogether, right? So I did 2 in the back and 2 in the front on either side. And I just created kind of like shapes that looked a little bit freaky. I wanted it to be a little bit dramatic because there was nothing else going on at these nails. Oh, I actually redid that leg over there. It didn't come out as sharp as I wanted it to. Because they were the only details on the nails for the 2 spider nails, I wanted to make sure that they kind of like really looked dramatic and freaky for me. I know spiders don't freak everyone out, but freaky for me. And I felt that like doing really long legs would kind of add to the drama. So in the back of the spider, the back legs, they weren't too dramatic, but bringing the front legs really low down into sharp points, I thought just really added a lot of drama, especially because it's the only thing that's going to be on these nails over here. I didn't add any extra detailing. I thought about it. I thought about adding some chrome detailing to bring in the other chrome web design, but there was something just so bold about having it on the nail like this, even though it kind of like blends in and it's like, it doesn't stand out a ton. There was something like almost extra creepy about how it kind of blends in, but it's still there. And then with the 3D effect, using the Makartt Rhinestone Glue, just using that to add 3D elements, I thought just added to the freakiness of it, which again, it's the season. So for me, it just kind of added an extra layer of spookiness for this set over here. And again, as you can see, it's really not complicated. A lot of these designs, the designs on these nails were just repeats of designs. So repeat similar concepts with the spider web, and then the two spiders are not complicated at all. I end up making them look quite similar. It's kind of like just, in a way, having them all be the same and not having too much variety and too many different ideas going on kind of adds to the drama of the nails, in my opinion. Of course, there's so many different ways you can add to the set, take away from the set, turn it into something different and gain inspiration if that's what you're here for. So I'm just going to do the same concept for the spider over here. And again, kind of repeat designs. It's not anything too complicated, which I prefer. I love seeing people do crazy nail art, really detailed, people who can like draw those different characters, or even people. I've seen people like draw like celebrities with nail art on nails, or just people, and it's the wildest thing. I think it is such an amazing talent, and if someone can do that, that is the coolest thing, and I love watching it. But for myself, I am not that skilled. So I like going for simpler designs that can be broken down into easy steps. As you can see, the spider over here and the other spider, they are easy designs. They might look a little bit more dramatic or detailed or difficult when it's all done, but when you break it up into smaller, just recognizable shapes, like a big circle, a small circle, a line, a smaller line, a longer line, and you kind of break it down in your mind as just individual shapes, it becomes a lot easier to tackle kind of scarier looking designs. I used to be really almost scared to try to do a hand painting of any kind, because I was like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't know how to do that. I can't, draw a Hello Kitty character, and I have yet to try something that intricate. But when you break down designs that can look overwhelming and look very detailed into just small steps and small shapes that you're familiar with, instead of looking at a Hello Kitty cat, you can look at a triangle and a circle and an oval and like small little details, and that really helps, at least me, to do some hand painted designs that I like doing occasionally, and not get so overwhelmed and feel like I don't know how to do it and that I'm not good enough, because that's something that I still struggle with, but I struggled with a lot more. I felt like if I wasn't good enough, then there was no reason to even try, because it wouldn't come out good. And for me, that's something that over time has just been easier to get over by reminding myself that it's just small little details, especially when it comes to repeat designs like this. No reason to get overwhelmed. It's just the same steps over and over and over again. So sometimes I just prefer an easier set after doing something a little bit more dramatic, or when I'm feeling like I want to do something fun, but I'm scared to try to do anything a little bit too dramatic for fear that it won't come out good. But here is the final set. As you can see, I'm holding it to the side so you can see the 3D effect of the spiders. I love how it came out. I turned on the flash for a few of these images over here so that you can see what the hollow chrome looks like in the light. I think it's so cool. I really love how it came out. I love that I went for blue on this set. It just adds so much drama. So leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next one.